Morning, everybody. Hope you had a good day yesterday. Some of you were trying to work out how to plan your collaboration. This is something that scientists have had to deal with for a long time. And one thing that the establishment of the internet was to take advantage of handling that itself. Start again. Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a good day yesterday. I sensed a little frustration, but saw a lot of good work going on. A lot of you got caught up in some of the things, the missing assignments that were due back to me and to your other teachers. Congratulations in getting that done. It's an adjustment to this form of learning, isn't it? Having to manage your time. I'm having difficulty with my time as far as taking longer to get things done than I expect. That you may be having that as well. So I just wanted to show you, I've got a few apple trees here. We'll take a look. I've trimmed them up to prune them, I guess it would be a better word, and mention that in coming videos. But wanted to bring your attention to a couple things. The group that you're in is mainly from your input. Some of you entered a survey more than once. I had over 120 surveys. I've got less than 80 students. So I had to go through all those, sift through the extras, sort it out. It took me nearly 5 hours to do it because it was so confusing the way some of you had put stuff in. And also I probably could have come up with a better solution. But we were able to get you into groups. Okay, some of you are in a group that's not in your physical classroom population, but that's okay, because in a virtual situation we can work across with each other because we're working via online and other forms of collaboration. So you don't have to physically be with the person that you're going to be doing your planning with. How to do the plan without email? That's the biggest question, and I think I have a solution that I will share with you on a separate video. It should be arriving to you before this one arrives to you, and that is using the collaborative tools of either found within Microsoft Word or in Google Docs. There's a way of sharing your document that you're working on, and we can use it as kind of like a chat back and forth arrangement. I also will have set up the Infinite Campus discussion boards that you can use. That's more community based in that others can see what you're working on. If you do use the discussion, and that may be the only option for some of you, please be courteous and don't interject on someone else's conversation, because there may be other people having that discussion, being on the discussion board at the same time you are. One more thing, I just wanted to wish you all well for this break. Take it easy, enjoy the time off. When we come back, we're going to get back into some new learning. So we're going to continue on. I understand the end of the school year is still, I think, scheduled for around the 19th of June. So we've got some more work to do, and we're going to get into some more challenging things. And just there'll be a menu of things to do that will be due 2 weeks from now. The break you don't have to work on unless you choose to do so, but you may want to do that anyway. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. Have a good break, and don't stress. You see my little microphone? Looks kind of funny then. I do this so I can get a better, this is an old computer microphone, a better sound. And I probably made a crazy sound for you right there. So anyway, I will say goodbye for now, and good luck. If you have any questions, keep them coming.
Get your supplies. Your team may need other items too, depending on what you're testing.
Unfortunately, on this video, it cuts off some of the supplies you'll need, but you should get 4 or 5 food items that you can all agree on. It doesn't have to be the exact same number, but that should work. You'll need a paper plate with those different foods, a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. They recommend a strip of heavy-duty tape like duct tape or packing tape for sealing up the bag at the end.
On the label, one of you write your team name, what's being tested, and the date. Then put it on the bag.
Label is really kind of optional. It's meant for if we were in class and you were putting all your items together in one spot in one classroom to keep track of whose is whose. So don't worry about the label.
Work as a team to get each piece of food wet, damp, but not soggy.
Now, when doing this, does it mean you have to all do the experiment at the exact same time? No, but you should do it all sometime today. So you don't have to be in touch online, say ready, set, go, although that would be fun. So don't sweat that. As long as you get it done generally the same day as your partners.
At this point, you have a basic mold terrarium. So now, make the change that you and your team decided on earlier, whether that's adding sugar or salt or licking it.
Now, you don't all have to do the same thing. I'll explain in a moment.
Move the food so that it's just touching, like this. Then slide the plate into the plastic bag and carefully zip it up. If you don't seal it well, you may end up with fruit flies and bad smells, and you don't want that.
So if you're in a group, what you can do is 3 of you can do different things. 1 of you needs to be the control.
Watch this whole step before you do anything. Use your heavy-duty tape to seal the bag closed, like this. Use half the strip of tape on one side, and then fold it over to seal it. This is an extra layer of protection against flies and any smells.
If you don't have duct tape, that's okay. If you have some way of sealing it, stapling it, that would work as well. Just something to keep you from messing with it.
Complete number 4 and number 5 on your handout. Draw your terrarium and predict what will happen.
Now your document is online and the drawing could be done on the computer in that area.
Look at page 2 of the handout. This is where you'll record what happens to your terrarium. Write down all the foods in your terrarium, like this. This chart will let you see which food gets moldy first and where mold spreads the fastest.
To be consistent, you'll all want to do your recording at approximately the same time each day. In other words, if one person did morning, the other afternoon, it might be different.
Today is day 1. Make an X to show that you checked for mold. Since there's no mold on any of the food yet, you don't get to fill in any circles. For the next 12 days, you'll check for mold. You may have to skip weekends, but that's okay. Just check when you can. Fill in the circles as mold starts to grow. Color the bottom circle when you first see mold on a food. As the mold grows, color more circles to show how much of the food is covered. Okay, now that you understand how the chart works, go to the next step. Set up a bulletin board where you can post the results from each mold terrarium as you go. You can compare the results and figure out which conditions make food mold the fastest and which conditions stop mold from growing. It may take a few days for any mold to show up, but once it does, just wait. Have fun and stay curious.
That's it. If you get a chance to start today, you can. If you need to wait until everybody's can do this, start tomorrow or the day after, it's totally up to you and your partners. It's not, we don't have a hard, fast start date or end date on this. We have some flexibility. I hope you will feel comfortable using that flexibility to your advantage. Don't start until everybody's got their materials. If someone doesn't have materials, make note of that, and we'll just talk about how that might have impacted your results. So that's it, and off to the show. If I'll put together a virtual bulletin board that we can upload some of our findings, observations, pictures with. I'll let you know how that I'm going to do that next day or two, because I still have to figure that out. So good luck, and we'll see you later. The distance in the background way down there is where I'm going to have my beehives set up, and where I will be doing a live installation of honeybees that I'm going to be picking up tomorrow. Hopefully it's supposed to be somewhat sunny. It's a little different this year because of social distancing and the requirement to maintain distance from each other. Ordinarily go up and we have a good time picking up our bees and talking a little bit, but apparently this time we have to follow a strict protocol of driving up, waiting to they bring the bees out to us, and then from there we pick them up while the beekeeper goes back inside. So I'll let you all know how that goes. The live feed from via YouTube will be probably, I'm going to hope, at 11. It depends on when I'm going to be allowed to go in, because there's hundreds of beekeepers that are picking up bees. And so I'll let you know probably via email if I can. And it's optional, but I thought you might enjoy. It takes me about 20 minutes, half hour to put in the bees, but kind of cool stuff. So I hope you can join us as we started out the year with me bringing in the honey that we extracted. Well, I'd like to show you the beginning, how the bees get here, and just wanted to show you where they are in relationship to my house, just down the end of the yard there. Okay, see you later.